Hey guys, welcome in the second part of the second lesson. So that's lesson 2, section B, right? So let's go. So we're not gonna take up a lot of time because already you know some basics, full width, box, padding, margin. You already have a sense of those. So if you look at this, it's like a slider here, which we could make to autoplay. So let's roll. So first of all, I think we just need to put like a padding there of how much, I don't know, inside this main thing here so that it can close that, right? So let's give it a 90. No, that's the wrong one. This one. Or first establish this whole thing here. Weights from. Okay, so there's a new section and a new section. So I can just start up a new section, but I need to close this with like a padding below. Let me do a 90 of 30. Let's see, 30, fair, because we'll have padding below. So standard practice, I start with putting a padding above so that I can see my work isolated from the rest of the blocks up there. So let's go. So there's like full width. It looks a bit tricky, but it's basically straightforward. So how it looks is like this. Sorry, I hit the mic again. So how it looks is like this. So it's like background color, and there's a column here, a container here that is aligned left, and we squeeze it up like, yeah, and then down here is like that. Let's see, I think so. I don't recall. Remember, I'm building this not scripted. Layout full width. The reason I want it full width is because this is full width. So we'll play around and see how far it goes. So full width, and then I think I need to inspect this for me to work faster. Reduce this. So there's like full width, but it has 90 pixels. Is it 90? It has a 30 top, I think, and a 90 side. Ooh, this is tricky. Let me just measure it. It will be faster. So this is a 90 side, right? And I'm not sure how much is this. Wherever it is. So 90 sides, right? So let's go. That's a 90 side, full width, and a 90. What did I do? 90 sides. No, 90. Publish, and then I think the 1990 allows us to put something in here. Let's try that, and it gets to be full width. Then we give it a green background color, right? So the style, don't kill me if I change direction, right? But so far I'm impressed. I think, yeah, it's like this. And then I can put in like a column. I think there's a column. Let me try that. And then this whole thing is going down, right? I don't need to tell it always that go down. It already knows that. And then I can just start with this. I'll fix it as we go, but the main thing is putting in this. Selected the wrong one. Let's hope this is a 48. That's a white. Let's try 48. So this is a 48. Is that an, I forgot what I used last time for this. It's like a what was that? It's like an 18 something, right? Publish, and then see, it's further off like that, meaning it's already channeling us where we should go or what we should do. We should put a container. And that's the thing, it's not about memorizing. Most of the times whenever I work with people, they think it's memory, and it's more of knowing how to make things look in a certain way rather than just memory. I think now it's padding. Maybe let's try and inspect. Okay, it's not padding, it's just the width. It's like 1090. I think we can achieve that by using percentages or whatever, but let's go. There's, should I say full width so that I can manipulate it like this? To get it exactly, I can just say 1090 and then center it. Nope. How I can do that, the centering can happen from this, the parent, like this, right? And then the padding is like 150 at the top of this. So now we're flying. Since we're in the second section of this, right? I'm gonna try to move as fast as possible. There's 150 below. You're no longer in F, a newbie. Right, so let's go. So this is what's gonna allow us to play around with that. So what we can do at the same time as we are now is get to the border. So there's something I haven't touched upon. This radius here, that's our border, right? But we can also have a border like this, right? And we put a border, what do I call it, width, right? So mostly we just say default because we don't want the border there. When I say none, it's absolutely gone. It's like default is none, but we want the radius, right? And the same thing with that border, as you saw, like solid or dotted. We can put the width on a specific side. For example, on the left side, I can put the border and change the color of the border, right? So more like that. I was just showing you this, right? We're not gonna use it. It's just showing you. There, that's default or none. The radius is we set it to 16, I think. So let me see. Scroll down. Yeah, it looks decent. You see where it's going now? It's going there. But I think I lost something. This. Throw it inside of my container here. Paste. What color? White. What font is this? 18. Ouch. Let's see. This made 14 maybe, so I can just keep it at 17, 16, 17 and publish, and then go on. So if you see this thing, it's an element we've never used so far. It's called the image carousel. It's also part of the basic stuff down here, or general stuff, this one. So I'll throw it in here. And this gets tricky or interesting. So I need to know the images here by memory, right? So I think I had got one. So this one, I'll just put them to full width. And then the image stretch, no, slides to show default. I don't want any arrows or whatever. And then navigation none. What else? Autoplay, lazy load. When you say lazy image lazy load or whatever element that has lazy load, it means it can load when you get to it. So what we want is the site to be fast. I don't have to put the lazy load, of which the lazy load does make the site fast because it allows the site to load whatever it needs wherever you are. I think you might have seen some sites, they load the beginning parts. As you scroll down, it keeps loading, right? Instead of loading the whole site and ends up delaying the whole site. So I will make this to not be a player or a slide that plays. So let's go and load up the images so that I can start. So I think these are the images. So I'll just load up all this that look alike. Since it's a gallery, it allows me to select multiple images, right? And then insert them into my gallery. As you can see, it's like big and no space. So let's play around with that. Let's go. So spacing, customize it. Let's make it 30 like this, right? And then let me see how big this is. These are not big, so let's publish for now and keep going. So what else? Line center, obviously. What else? Might need to confirm this. My images here, drag this. So I just need to be sure that my images are full width, or they should be full width. So let's go back in here and work. So this section looks okay, center it, and then get to the element. I need to make sure that my elements are okay. The alignment, that I'm not missing anything. Right, it works, but it looks like my images are big. So let me try and mess around with the images here. So let's say large, want to see something. Okay, it doesn't change the size because medium thumbnail somehow does change the thing. Let me just say full width like this and save and go see how it looks. Reloading, and then they look big, right? So the difference here is that on my thing here it shows like 1 2 3 4 5, and this one shows 3. So if I get to say I wanted to show 5 slides, I mean 5 images on one line, then it should make them look different, right? Slides to show, let's say 5. There they are. So full resolution, and then there they are, right? Then there's the trick now. You could say, but looking at this one, it has radius 1 and it touches up this, and it's not like so, it's like so, right? So what do I do? Let me close this for now. So what you do in this case is that you're going to mess around with this one here, right? So you're going to this carousel, and then we need to make sure it touches the edges there. So the edges there is something called let me see if it's here on the code. It's called overload, right? Overload something. So we need to go to the column and tell the column that, hey, whatever element exceeds beyond this, it should overload, it should like not overload, right? So what I'm going to do first is I'm gonna click on this image carousel, go to advanced options, then hit transform, and then I'm gonna I don't know if it's scaling. Yeah, it is at scale like this, right? So I can make it a 1.1 or 1.01 or 1.05. I didn't cramp the number, I just played around with whatever. Let's see what else. Let's say 1.04 maybe. It shouldn't be far off, like far 5 4, right? If you check this, let's allow this to load. It looks more like this. And some designs you could mess around with this kind of a look, right? What color is the background here? So you could mess around with this kind of a look like this, right? Let's do this to have a radius there quickly and come back. So the images in here, we go to the border and give them a radius. Let's say 16. Publish. Not sure what's happening, but let's just allow it to load and go and see if it worked or not. What did I get wrong? What container? So I'm like editing the container. So let's get rid of this and select the images, the image carousels, just to be sure. Where's my layout tree? This one. Then make sure, yeah, I had selected the wrong thing. It was these. I came in here, but I want these image. So under style, I'm gonna give this a radius. So I think a 5, because this is like small. Maybe it's unlike a bigger object needs a bigger radius for it to reflect, right? So what else? If you check, it looks nice, but it protrudes beyond this. So for me to get this look that I made, I can come in here and do that thing I told you about. Go to layout of this parent container and go under additional and say overflow, not load. I said overload, I got it. So overflow hidden there. Then it reloads, scroll down, and it looks like this, right? If you look at it, it's like the beginning is here, but it's like that, right? So if you need any feature that looks like this, just always remember overload. If you don't overload it, it looks fancy, like it's floating also. But yeah, let's keep on going. Think we're halfway. These are like basics, but I'm gonna show you this. So most people run away from this by just editing this in Canva and they put it as an image, sorry. But the best way is to just, not the best way, like when you want to be complicated, you could just put them, layer them on top of one another, right? If you check here, they are layered, right? It's this image, is that image, and it's that thing there, right? And then what do you think, how do you think this is done? Let me just sit here and wait for you to think. How can you do this? If I said to you, here's a challenge, do this, would you quickly piece it together? If your answer is yes, then you're already a bit. I think I drew something like this. I had illustrated it. Let me show you. So it was something like this. Let's see how it looks. So it's like a block. Then yeah, so it's more like so. remember these are two columns, right? So there's your image, and then in here is like your title, text, right? And then there's like a thing here, there's like your container, and then inside of this container, if you check here, you'll see this container here has two containers inside, and they are going sideways, meaning you chose that one container here should have a direction that goes this way, right? So let me show you. So it goes this direction, right? So that you can put two containers inside like this. Then these two containers will have icon something. Let me show you the practical part of it. So it's like this, right? So let's go. So we're gonna create a section going down. Already the 100 pixel there is enough. A section going down, let's see, a section going sideways, not down, and then it has two columns. Duplicate to make, not copy, duplicate to make my work easy. Save. Do I need padding? Yeah, maybe 50 for the main one. Let's remove this. Sorry. Let's say 50 top, 50 bottom, right? And then work on this one. If you see it like having a lot of space, it's obviously boxed, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's go. I'm just gonna get this, just duplicate it, put text on this one. I'll get to put in the content, then get to make the sizing. It was like a 30, 48 or 38. The engine isn't, sorry, the engine is getting slow now. 48. This one obviously is like an 18. You remember that, right? So let's put this here. Okay, this one is toned down a bit, right? Red. I see they used the red. Black. Copy this. Text editor. There. Let's make this black. 18 maybe. Save. Then this is where the trick or the interesting thing happens, because that's what I illustrated in here, right? So let's go. So we're gonna do our trick now. We're gonna put it here, and it points sideways as I showed you in there. Then we drop one in here and duplicate. Save. So I need to close every container so that we can focus on the main things and you see how they work, right? This one has two, this one, right, has this, and inside it has this two, right? Then we're gonna use these elements. We've never really played around with them, I think. So far it's like we used image box, icon box, we didn't really touch it. We'll touch it, I think, in passing. Icon list is this one, so I'll delete this one. So icon list allows you to put in the text here and choose the icon, right? And under style you can choose the color of the icon, right? So red color over here, and then you can choose the size of the icon also. Get it? So let's see. So I'll just copy this and paste. So I'll duplicate 1 2 3 1 2 3. So I'll copy this and paste it in here so that I can just paste. Ooh, I pasted the wrong thing. Let's copy text and close this. Paste, wrong place. Paste here, and then copy this. Remember the thing I said about running fast? You're gonna mess up your work. I'm always a victim of that, but I always save my work as fast as I move, right? There, and then copy this, put it in here, and duplicate, and come here. Don't mind me making errors. I'm moving along with you since you're no longer a newbie. This must make some bit of sense to you, right? There. Save. You know why I keep saving, right? And then come in here and deal with my text. I think my text should be this. The color is okay, but the typography, make it an 18 maybe. Also here, text typography, make it an 18, and save and see what needs to be changed. So I can, it's centered, it's okay there. So there is a lot of space here. If you check, it's like huge, right? It's like nearly 56 or something. So I need to get rid of this, and this is how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna first of all kill my margin. Remember the margin trick? If you don't, you are doomed. But I think I see there is no need for this. There is no need, meaning I can just keep it as it is for now, and then just find a way to maybe let me see. So, and remove this thing here, that clipper, and reload and see how it looks. Okay, still there, meaning we need to go to the next level now. Get rid of the margin underneath the text manually without that trick. So we need to go exactly to where it is, right? And it's margin bottom. No, I think we can keep it at 0 and just drag this up. Remember the trick to drag it up, right? Oh, also let me see, this should remain where it is. Let me see. No, we need this one. So get rid of whatever nonsense here. I can just drag it up by adding a negative margin to the top. Like, let's see what's happening here. I think I'm addressing the wrong thing. I need to address this, not that one, right? Negative margin to the top. I can add this for now, and top, drag it upward there, make it a 20, save, and let's see how it looks. it should have killed that margin there, and it looks closer now, right? Let's see. Doing this part, I have 3 of these images. It's straightforward. This one's like dropping an image. Let's see. Wait. Yeah, dropping an image as I've done initially, and it's full width. I think I had brought the image as this one, which we had put a button down there, right? Of which it makes more UX design sense when you put a button underneath. Let me copy this. It makes more sense because what's the use of selling down here if I don't put a button? And maybe stretch the button. Let's stretch the button maybe. Okay, just this one. Something like this, but I'll try to just keep to play around with this instead. I know I said I prefer using that thing from the padding and stuff, but rather use this there. And then if you prefer having your buttons without radius, then you're just gonna kill this radius, right? So yeah, so let's go. So if you check this, the image is there already, meaning we need to play around with the next step, right? So the next step, basically you could do it anyhow, like put an image and another one, but this trick specifically, you play around it like this. So you're gonna get a container and drop it here, right? And then when it's here, you put in an image and you make it full resolution. So I could just duplicate this container just for the sake of not repeating the thing, right? So go and find that image. So it's this one. It's not in here, so I need to upload both of them. So it's this one and this one, right? Then I need to select the right one, that one, because it's the one I start with, right? So what happens that I'm gonna go to this column and go to, of which you could easily just use the image alone to do this, but I prefer playing around with the column for some reason. So I'll come down here to layout of this container that has the image, and I get to say position and change it to absolute. So when it's absolute, it allows you to manipulate the position of the column. I'll show you, right? And here's how you're gonna manipulate it, as you see, like that, right? So I'm just gonna find the right spot to position this. So I'll send it to that side though, and then get to say go over that side, right? I'll just say 30 maybe, or somewhere there. And then the other thing I see is that it's a bit smaller, meaning the width, right? Let's make it a 75 and then drag it to the right place. For now, let me close this, go back to alignment and bring it back here. I think it's something like this. The difference is that they have margin. They have not a margin, they have a radius. So I think it's a 75 clean, right? So let's start with this one. Add the radius. I'm not sure how much it is. 5. It's not, can be a 5, maybe a 10. Again, some people it's a 16. Some people run away from doing all this radiuses by just uploading images which already have radiuses from wherever, but they are missing out on their work standing out, right? A person who actually does the real work compared to one that doesn't, there is a huge difference. And then the client somehow loves the work of the one that has put in too much effort. Then you can charge more, right? Let's also give it a 16 maybe, if it won't be a lot. Is that 16 also? Because it's a small image, right? There. Then let's see how it looks so far. Yeah, so we need to deal with this one now. So come in here and pick my friend over here, there, and then the resolution, I already made it to be full. And remember what happens when I do this, right? I think I should also do that with this one. When I do this, it's like it fits into this thing like that, right? So I can just come, do the same thing, position absolute, and then I'm gonna kick it to the right, and then let's see, drag it somewhere, wherever it is. Let's see where it is. So it's aligned there. Right, so let's go. It's somewhere here, a bit upward here. I'm not sure if it's square. 820 is square, I think. And then I need to make the image a bit not too big, like maybe, yeah, a 60, 65, and then align it properly. Remember the, oh flip, I did the wrong thing. The alignment is in the container, is in the thing here. I already tampered with a lot, I think, so let's fix that. Okay, this one is correct. This one is correct. This one we remove. So it's like when it's 100, it's like this. So that's why I'm saying it's like correct. So it was a 65 when 70 is cool. So let's go to this, and then we get to, let's see, position. Why do I keep trying to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed? And then position, we play around with that here, and then we bring it down there. I think it's like 25 there. Ooh, sorry, I hit the mic. And then yeah, that's more like it. Let's see. Ooh, I had stopped my time from running. Saved. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, you see, neat. All images overlaid on one another. All we have to do is add padding below, maybe 100 or 150, because it's something we used before. And then yeah, just like that. So if you happen to want to use something like this, a client says they want this, you lazy Canva, if you want to put in the work, yeah, you know what to do. And then let's go. What else is there? I think is this. There's like the easiest thing ever, although it's like text, new section. Let's make it 150 padding and 150 bottom, because it's a big section, right? So this section is like boxed or full width. Let's see, it's full width. The reason I say it's full width is because there is a black color that fills the whole screen, of which of course the background is not limited to the width and stuff, but let's do black. And then one thing that makes me say full width is that there is this image inside here, right? It's like a background. So we put in that. So what I can do is make this full width, and then I add in a container, and this container is the one which will have a background image, right? That is like that image you saw there. So let's see, sorry Chrome, okay, sorry Norton, sorry. So let's see if I have such an image I can use. I didn't even memorize it. I think it's this one. Then the antivirus thing really distracted me. There, you see, it's like touching both sides, but it's like repeating or something. And this one is like clean. So you keep it at full resolution, position center, or center, let's see, and then repeat, no repeat, and then it contains, it covers, right, or auto. And then here's the thing, you see the one we want is like this, right? Meaning if we mess around with this container, let's try full width and then get to change that background to cover, then contain, and it's like playing around in different ways, right? Let's see this. Let's see how to manipulate this one. I'm gonna try this, just bear with me. So I'm just adding padding to this so that I can see this whole box isolated. Okay, let's see. How do we go about it? Full width. Okay, inspect tool quickly, because you're not a mafikizol. I'm not gonna move slow with you. So it's like full width, then there's this on top. So there is this with a background, then there is also something there, right? So what I could do, let me see if this has a minimum height, because I'm thinking to avoid a lot of things, I could give these a minimum height of maybe let's say 500 for example. Then it looks something like this. It does get close to something like this, but I just need to be sure, right? So let's say in this background classic, yeah, so there's like one huge, so the height is like 100. That's, if you check it, is like 100V, and they did write here that in case we want this section here to have like full height container of our screen, we could keep it at that. So let me kill this padding, because I see how there's something I need to implement and see if it works, right? So I'm gonna attempt to take this to default boxed and then get to see, should we give the minimum height to to the parent. Nope, we give it to this container that inherited the whole thing, right? So what I'll do again is try giving this to be a box and keep this in here and give it that 100 VH. You saw where I changed the thing, right? So if you check here, the when it's boxed, right, when this is boxed, it keeps this small thing as a box, but when it's full width, it's like keeping it full width irregardless of how this is. So like the content of this one is the one that's going to be limited, not the background, right? So I think I love it this way. Let me see if it's, yeah, contain is okay, right? And then that's how we begin now. We're gonna add an overlay, background overlay. So it's like a black that is like, it has an opacity or something that's like 60% or more. So let's keep it at 60, 0.6, right? And then what else? We start, let's put in our container here, which is this thing here. So it's a container that goes down and one that allows the buttons there. So I'll keep it, should I keep it in the middle? So that, let me show you. So should I keep it here so that when you scroll, or keep it up there and give this a padding? I think that's what is best. That's where the padding comes in, so that when I come from there, I see the text here, not far. So I'll get rid of this padding maybe from here so that it doesn't get to be doubled. Like from here, the text is just here. I don't have to scroll till I see the text far. So what I'll do here, let me see, what's this? Full width. So what I'll see in here, that I need to have this. I think I had copied it. Let me get rid of this for now and put in my heading and paste in the text and then change it to white. I think it's like 6448. Let's see, it's 48, right? 44, sorry, wrong window. 44, right? And then it's obviously the same weight. What else? Deal with the width of this. A 16. Okay, align, because I'll be putting stuff in here. Then come to this one and align it. Center, alignment, under layout. What's happening? Let me reduce this or get rid of it. Maybe this. Or is there something I'm missing? Okay, it's this one that I need to select. Hey, my dot, what's happening? Okay, center, but this is what's gonna have the buttons. But why is it not going where it should? Because this is top. Let's see, what sin have I committed? Reload this. Maybe it's something wrong sometimes. So we need it to go to the middle. So come this side and we figure that out. For now, I just need to retrieve my steps. So I have this over here. Is that what? It's full width. This over here, what is it? over here, it's boxed, aligned there. I had clicked this. No, I had not, maybe, because if it didn't change, it means I didn't click it. There, see? So let's see. The buttons there are no magic. Remember the trick? There's a container which we need to put a container inside of. This container is the one which we're gonna tell what direction to face. Then we're gonna drag a button and another button there, 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 even here. Okay, I need to get it to behave now. Delete. When it doesn't behave, in fact I was supposed to drag it from here, but it's cool, I'll just put it properly then center it from here. And then what I need to do is put in my text, see it in action. What does the other one? View all templates. Right, and it has an icon, I think this one that points to the right. Should I use an icon, a thing like that, or like this? I think this one is okay. And then I'll have to change the text color to black so that the icon looks like this. And then the other thing, I will have to deal with this button here by getting rid of the padding, keeping it to be 0, right? And then kill the color here like this, right? When the color is not there, doesn't exist, then I'll be able to, let me deal with this one. So I'll have to do this. I'll have to not align. I'll have to do this. I'm trying to think. I'll have to change the color to a lighter one, which is white, right? And then let's deal with this. We get to do this one. Let's say, is it the same 35? It's 20, 35, 20, 35, 35. See, this thing plays that, does the trick with keeping it in center there. Remember our button here is a radius of 16. Is it 16? It's 50, not 16. Then maybe get to work with typography here. Maybe was it 18, 14, 14, 15. Then make it normal so that it's a bit light. So I'll keep this like where it is medium so that it's like sharp, right? If you check, it looks even better like that. But now we want it to have this effect, scrolling effect. So the scrolling effect, we select this container, this one, and we're gonna go to advanced and go to motion effects. And then this one is tricky because if you check here, it says pro. So you come here and make it sticky and keep it at the top. So what I'll do is I'll have to activate this only on the pro, and when I upload the pro, you'll get to see it in action, right? So for now, I'll just keep going to the next section. What I can do for now to keep this where it is, I'll center it where's the main container? Center everything in here to center there, or should I do it in this one? Center there, right? And then for it to look a bit better, I would maybe just change the I'll change this one, the height. Where is the height? It's in here. So I'll just make it like, it's not bad, it's okay. You don't have to change it because I still need to come and show you that option. So it looks more like this, right? I think Netflix style, this one, right? So move on to the next section. This is like straightforward. I'm not even sure if I should do that, but this is interesting, and this one. So let me pause over here and then jump right in to the, let's call it like lesson number 2 part C, right? Where I'm gonna come in and install the Elementor Pro, show you this effect, and then we create this, then get into this complex design here, and then do frequently add stuff using this element called the accordion. Accordion somewhere down there. I prefer searching mostly for this. So the accordion, and then what else? We do this design, and then the last one with the background there. So far we played around with like complex stuff, and then yeah, lastly we'll get to create a unique custom made theme, which is the header and the footer. And then our third lesson is where we make our site to be responsive, meaning we make it to switch between mobile and desktop, whereby when I switch to mobile it should look in a certain way, when I switch to desktop it looks like this, and then that's more like it. So far what you can do is walk over this part which I just created down here. So firstly you created this section, this one, then this was a bit tricky because you mess around with different columns. This was even interesting, this layering, and then this one. So play around with this one, repeat it in different ways, and then jump into the third part of this lesson, and then I'll see you in the next one when you're jumping in. Cheers.